Good morning, children. I am going to do notice writing with you today. First of all, what is a notice? Notice is some information which we want to give to others. But then, message is also the same. In a message, also, we give some information to somebody. But there is a basic difference. In a notice, we are giving information to not one but a large number of group. That's the basic difference. In a notice, we give information to a large number of group. It can be a school, it can be a community, it can be a society, it can be an office, right? So that's a notice. Notice is also a formal piece of writing. There is a proper way of writing. We just won't start writing the notice if we want to give information. So today I will tell you how do we write a perfect notice. First of all, we have to draw a box. It is better that we draw a rectangular box having only 3 sides. Okay, the bottom one we can draw later on when we finish the notice. All right, we draw a box first, and there is a word limit for notice. The word limit is 50 words. That includes the heading, of course the body of the notice, the information, and the sign of the person. All right, so when we start writing a notice, we have to keep some things in mind. The information we are supposed to give should be simple, written in simple words, and concise again. You just cannot write anything, you can't add your own information. Whatever information the question wants you to write, you are going to write that only. You cannot add your own information unless it is asked. Okay? While I am doing it, I will give you examples so that you understand it. All right, so for a notice, first I told you we draw a box and then we start writing. On top, we write down the name of the school. If it's a notice for a school, name of the school on top in bold capital letters, and we underline it. Okay, if it's a school, and suppose it's for a society or a hospital, so we write down the name of that place, right? Next line will be, we'll write down notice. In the next line, we will write down word notice again in capital letters, bold letters, and underline it. The third line will be the basic information we want to give. All right, so after the word notice, we write down the purpose of the notice. All right, so the purpose of the notice, which should be briefly mentioned just below the word notice. Is this clear? And then underline it also. Now we have to be very clear what a purpose is. What is the purpose of writing the notice? You see, it could be the information about some competition. Okay, it could be a competition, debate competition, speech, or drawing competition, right? Or sports. Okay, sports tournament. You want to inform about some sports tournament which is going to take place in your school or somewhere, and you want some children to take part. And then it can be a picnic or outing, right? Information about that. And or it could, the outing, you see, could be an orphanage or some historical excursion it could be. So that's the third point. Then it could be information about some blood donation camp or some such camp, some charity which you want to do for the society. Or it could be for the cleaning drive. Like recently we had cleaning drive, Swachh Bharat Abhiyan. So you can give information about that. And then you see, sometimes we want to give information about lost and found also. Something you have lost or something you have found in the premises of the school, so you want to write a notice. So these are the purposes of writing a notice. Now we have to mention the date on which we are going to write the notice. That's important, because otherwise nobody will read, nobody will know when the notice was given or put up. So we are going to write the date in front of the word notice in the second line, right in front of the word notice. And there is a proper way of writing date. I told you while we were doing letter writing, I told you how it has to be done. So suppose, I'll just revise with you again. Suppose the date is 16th of April. You will write down 16th April, 2020. Okay, so that's how we put the date. Now comes the body of the notice. In a short paragraph, you are expected to give all details of the notice, but nothing more. I told you that we are not supposed to add anything. As it is, the word limit is only 50. So if we keep on writing, it will exceed. And if it exceeds too much, your marks will be deducted, right? So we are going to inform. Now there are two ways of informing also. One, we can just start by writing, this is to inform, or the students are informed, or the school would like to organize this and this. Here I would like to tell you again a very, very important thing, that we never start a notice with I or we. We never say, I am writing this notice, okay, or we are informing. No, we don't do that. So it is always written like this. This is to inform, or you can say, I'll let you know. The school has organized so and so tournament or function or whatever, or the school is going to organize, or you are informed, or this is to inform the students of so and so class. This is the way we are going to start the formal notice, okay, and we write it in one paragraph. That's it. Or what we can do is we can write down that this is to inform the students, and then we write down the venue, that means the place where the thing is going to happen, the time and the date. That can be written separately. So there are two ways, okay. And after we have finished, we don't write thank you or anything. There is no need to write that. And then we finish the notice, right? So when we finish the notice, we are supposed to write our name at the end on the left hand side again, and in bracket we write down the designation. Okay, it's very important to say who has written the notice or who is the issuing authority. So we don't forget to write the designation of the person, of the issuing authority, and then we close the rectangle. We close it, and it is important again to read the notice. See if you have not missed out some important information, or you have not put some irrelevant information. We count the word starting from the top till the end, and it should not exceed 50 words. It can be less, it can be 30, 35, 40, but not more than 50 or 52. That's it. I hope you have understood. I'm going to give you some questions. I'm sure you will do and send me.